tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
This is where I start talking. Hi, hey, yo, sup. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Good Wednesday. Let's go with green. I'm going to go with green. Change it up a little bit. What shirt will it be? It's Nintendo. It's Nintendo. I should probably start wearing age-appropriate shirts. Still at the dentist? Fudge that. I'm sorry. I hate the dentist. Did you guys know I have no teeth? Nope. These are the only ones I have. For my next embarrassing thing. Ooh, I'm messing with colors. All right. Let's go yellow. Yeah, I like the yellow. The yellow and black matches the back. All right. Welcome to Daily Trudge. I'm Dion. Can everybody read that? I know it's in cursive, so. You're laying on the waiting room floor. If you're here, please say hello, and we hope you're not at the dentist. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. So, you know, it's a bummer, but there are, let's call them recovery imposters. Okay. And they're abundant, man. They are abundant. Okay. Here's your key. If they want money, forget it. See, recovery requires no money. It's a thought process. And you know, it may end up costing you a little bit of money, but it certainly is going to cost you what it was costing you when you was drinking. That's for sure. Right. And I understand that we all have our stories and we have things, we write books, and you know, I think it's neat that you know, these people try and add. But gosh, you know, when I don't know you and you know, you just say, hey, come buy my book and put it on my group, it's not going to last. I will remove it. I don't ask for money here. It's one of the things that I stay away from, actually. Okay. You know, what kind of person would I be if I came on here and said great things and at the end was like, please give me money? You know, it wouldn't really match, would it? You wouldn't get the same feeling from this, because then you would feel probably a little used, man. A little used, right? That's probably Ingrid saying she lost. Yeah. Oh, man. She locked her keys in her car. It's too bad I'm not there. I'd get it in minutes. I used to break into cars for a living. It was called pop a lock. You'd leave your keys in your car and I'd come along and pop your lock. Call insurance. Sometimes we all need a little direction. Thank you guys for letting me do this. But she's having a hard day, man. So All right, just a little bit of direction. God's got you. And I love you. Okay. Got to take care of our friends, man. We did. Where was I? Because I certainly don't want to make this about how other people are doing things wrong. All right. Hey, Amber. Good to see you. That was a good meeting, huh? That was a good meeting. So, I've been around this program for a long time, and it's been a while, but at one point there were people that were like, doing paid fifth stepping and things like that. And it seems to happen in treatment. Hey, Trevor, good to see you, brother. We should not be doing fourth and fifth steps in treatment, I don't think. Cover steps 1, 2, and 3. I love 12-step based things. Okay. I think it's funny because people are like, well, there's other roads where they're still 12-step based. Okay. Smart recovery, all of it is 12-step based. Okay. It's actually 6-step based. Okay. But there are no secrets when it comes to any of this. Nobody is hiding anything. Okay. And there are no secrets to sobriety. It is written in very plain English on what we need to do. We have a book, and in its first 164 pages, in the first 164 pages are directions on how to recreate our lives. The whole purpose of this book, okay, is for you to find a higher power upon which you can rely. It is that simple. If it wasn't simple, this book wouldn't be 164 pages. It would be thousands and thousands of pages of opinions from alcoholics. But that's not what's in here. What is in here in the first 164 pages is pure fact. It is all fact. Okay. Now, just because we have moved forward technologically does not mean that the rest of life has done that. We are not any smarter than the people from the 20s and 30s. Evolution doesn't work that fast, my friends. It doesn't. And guess what? Alcoholism has not morphed into some other disease. It hasn't. No, we just call it different stuff now. We just call it different things. Okay? When we start to use excuses like, well, I don't like this word and I don't like that word. We should change this. We should change that. Do you not hear the self-imposing demands that you are making upon other people to make you okay? Okay. We just read earlier in the 7th step how that is not going to work. How it is not going to work. All right. The spiritual experience is coming to mind. So I'm going to pull out the spiritual experience. It's what popped into my head. So that's how I do stuff. All right. But it's a good way because it tells us, it gives us more direction. And really that's what we need. When a newcomer comes in, they're looking for direction. They are not looking to tell their story to you. They're not looking to open up and start speaking their whole mind. I'm glad that we're allowing them to do this. But when it comes right down to it, they have nothing to offer. Yes, the newcomer is the most important person in the room. They remind us how it doesn't work. I can see that. I don't need to make them rehash and go through more trauma. Okay? Spiritual experience. The terms spiritual experience and spiritual awakening are used many times in this book, which, upon careful reading, shows a personality change sufficient to bring about recovery from alcoholism has manifested itself as among us in many different forms. Did I lose people on that one? But you still love me. So, yet it is true that our first printing gave many readers the impression that these personality changes or religious experience must be in the nature of sudden and spectacular upheavals. Happily for everyone, this conclusion is erroneous. Means it doesn't matter. Okay? And thank God, because how uncomfortable. I don't think I would want a sudden and spectacular upheaval. That sounds very uncomfortable to me. I like taking my time. Okay. I'm one of those people, I take my time. There are some people that do it real fast. Okay. We all have our own way, and each way works. Right? There's no wrong way to do that part if you're doing the work. Why? Because we're different. Some people need to get through the work very, very quickly. And there are some of us that are great at that, like Amber. Amber's fucking great at that. That's how she was taught. It works very well for her. See, she found her niche in that. And she is useful to certain people. I go a little bit slower. Is either way wrong? No. God determines these things, and that's okay. In the first few chapters, a number of sudden revolutionary changes are described. Though it was not our intention to create such an impression, many alcoholics have nevertheless concluded that in order to recover, they must acquire an immediate and overwhelming God consciousness, followed at once by a vast change in feeling and outlook. I just realized, okay, so the spiritual experience is an appendix, right? That means that they wrote it after because people had certain things. You know what this is? It's a 10th step. This is step 10 in action right here. They said, hey, we made a mistake. We're going to correct it. Right there. I just now noticed that. See, this is what, when we say there is always more to learn in this program, okay, there's always more to learn. And there's more than enough to keep you striving for as long as you need. Among our rapidly growing membership of thousands of alcoholics, such transformations, though frequent, are by no means the rule. Most of our experiences are what the psychologist William James calls the educational variety, because they develop slowly over a period of time. Quite often, friends of the newcomer are aware of the difference long before he is himself. This is where encouragement comes in. If you see somebody and they're a newcomer and you're seeing change, remember you were the last person to see it when it was in you. I know I was. And I look inside a lot. Okay. If anybody could, I'm going to catch it. No, I wasn't aware of it. Okay. Until something happened or somebody came up to me and said, hey, Dion, did you know that you were doing this? No, I didn't. Well, keep it up because that's the right way to do it. See, that is encouragement. And that's what we must do for newcomers, right? When I hear somebody that has 60, 90 days or whatever, and what is coming out of their mouth is solution, they're going to hear from me. And I'm going to tell them, great share. I am very proud of you. I don't know what it is, but when I tell people that I'm proud of them, it means something now. Before, it didn't mean anything. All right? It's because you know that I'm not going to fill you full of shit. I'm not. It's not in me. he finally realizes that he has undergone a profound alteration in his reaction to life, that such a change could hardly have been brought about by himself alone. What often takes place in a few months could seldom have been accomplished by years of self-discipline. With few exceptions, our members find that they have tapped an unsuspecting resource, inner resource, which they presently identify with their own conception of a power greater than themselves. Your own conception. We couldn't make this any easier. We can't. We can't make it any easier than that for you. Okay. We don't even tell you you have to. We just highly recommend it because no alcoholic wants to be told what to do. Nobody likes to be told what to do. Okay. So watch out for that unsolicited advice. Man, I used to be horrible at that. Oh, I see something going on. I'm going to correct that. And I found 90% of the program is keeping my damn mouth shut to this day. To this day. Hey, not everybody wants my darn opinion. Most of us think this awareness of a power greater than ourselves is the essence of a spiritual experience. Our more religious members call it God consciousness. I am not very religious, but I am very God conscious. I'm very aware of when God is talking to me. Even then, I still review it. Most emphatically, we wish to say that any alcoholic capable of honestly facing his problems in the light of our experience can recover, provided he does not close his mind to all spiritual concepts. He can only be defeated by an attitude of intolerance or belligerent denial. We find that no one need have difficulty with the spirituality of the program. Willingness, honesty, and open-mindedness are the essentials of recovery, but these are indispensable. There is a principle, which is a bar against all information, which is proof against all arguments, and which cannot fail to keep a man in everlasting ignorance. That principle is contempt prior to investigation. Right? So we investigate. Nowadays, we call it fact checking. Let's call it investigate. Right? Today, somebody put something in the group. I don't know anything about it, so I investigated it. They wanted money removed. Okay. That's the thing about AA. That's the thing about people in recovery. You know when you walk in that room, you're not going to be able to get away with your bullshit anymore. You know that these people know better. Okay. You get the feeling and you know that you can't bullshit. You can't bullshit these people. They will catch it. They will catch it almost every single time. I'll give you an example. There's a guy who runs a group, right? And it's a pretty big group. And he was doing weird things. Oh, this is from my other account. This is from my mom's account. And finally, I said, just be honest, dude. Okay? He said something wrong, got kicked off Facebook for a couple of days. So what? Okay? We don't need to hide that stuff. We all make mistakes. I've been kicked off Facebook for a few days. All right, that lost everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.